What would you do if your release date became your business launch date? Meet Korrin, a determined woman who refused to let prison define her future. With no money, no bank account, no credit, and only one loyal sister believing in her dream, she created an entire hot sauce business from inside her prison bunk. This inspiring entrepreneurial story is about resilience, second chances, food business success, Black women entrepreneurs, small business motivation, and building generational wealth. If you love motivational business stories, startup journeys, food entrepreneurs, and underdog success stories, this one is for you. Nobody expected Korrin to leave prison with a business. Korrin never imagined that the same hands that once counted drug money would someday be bottling gourmet hot sauce. There was a time when police officers knew her name. Neighbors whispered when she walked by. Her mugshot traveled faster than her dreams ever had. People looked at her and saw one word: felon. But they never asked why. They never knew about the unpaid bills, the eviction notices, the empty refrigerator, or the nights she convinced herself that selling drugs was the only way to survive. One bad decision became years behind prison walls. Everyone thought prison would be the end of Korrin's story. Instead, it became the place where she finally found her purpose. Because while most inmates counted the days until freedom, Korrin counted recipes. Before prison years, earlier, Korrin loved to cook. She was the cousin everyone asked to bring the hot sauce to the cookout. Her grandmother's recipe was legendary, smoky, sweet, just enough heat to make people sweat, without overpowering the food. Family members joked that she should bottle it. Korrin always laughed. "I ain't got money to start no business." Money was exactly the problem. Bills kept piling up. Rent was overdue. Jobs barely paid enough to survive. Then, someone offered her what looked like fast money: selling drugs. At first, she promised herself it would only be temporary, just until she got caught up. But temporary became months. Months became years. Then one morning, everything came crashing down. Police raided the apartment. Handcuffs clicked shut. The judge wasn't interested in excuses. Korrin was sentenced to prison. As she walked into the correctional facility, she believed her future had just disappeared. The prison business plan. Prison stripped away almost everything: freedom, privacy, control. But it couldn't take her imagination. Every night after count, she filled notebook after notebook. Business names, bottle sizes, ingredient lists, marketing slogans, wholesale pricing, profit margins. She had no computer, no internet, no investors, just a pencil and determination. While everyone else talked about what they would do after prison, Korrin built an actual business, one page at a time. Her sister became her business partner. Only one person refused to give up on her: her older sister, Renee. Every letter Korrin mailed came with another assignment. Can you check how much glass bottles cost? See if anybody sells labels. Look up how much farmers markets charge. Find out how to get a food license. Their business meetings happened through handwritten letters, sometimes weeks apart. Renee visited whenever she could. Instead of talking about prison, they talked about peppers, recipes, brand colors, bottle designs, dreams. The guards thought they were just sisters catching up. They had no idea they were planning a company. Release day. The morning Korrin walked out of prison, she owned almost nothing. No bank account, no credit score, no savings. Just 2 trash bags filled with clothes and a notebook holding years of planning. Her sister hugged her, then smiled. "So, you ready to get to work?" Korrin didn't spend weeks trying to figure life out. She started that afternoon. The first bottles. There was no fancy commercial kitchen, no expensive equipment, no investors waiting with checks. Just Renee's small kitchen, 2 stock pots, a borrowed blender, measuring cups, and a recipe that had survived years inside a prison notebook. The sisters spent hours chopping peppers, cooking sauce, sterilizing bottles by hand, applying labels 1 bottle at a time. Their first production run? Only 48 bottles. Every bottle was inspected twice. Every label was placed by hand. Every cap was tightened with hope. Selling 1 bottle at a time. They loaded the bottles into plastic storage bins and started driving. Barber shops, beauty salons, church events, weekend festivals, farmers markets, local food trucks. Most people said, "No thanks." Others tasted it and immediately bought 2 bottles. 1 customer became 5. 5 became 20. Then restaurants started calling. "We've got customers asking where they can buy that sauce." Outgrowing the kitchen. Within a year, Renee's kitchen couldn't keep up anymore. There were sauce bottles covering every countertop, boxes stacked in the hallway, peppers filling the refrigerator. The house smelled like garlic and cayenne almost every day. That's when Korrin knew it was time. She signed the paperwork for her first commercial kitchen rental. Walking inside that kitchen, she became emotional. Not because it was huge, but because she remembered the tiny prison bunk where she'd first written the plan. This kitchen wasn't just bigger, it was proof that dreams grow when you refuse to quit. Emotional ending. Sometimes people ask Korrin, if you could go back and erase your prison sentence, would you? She always pauses, then quietly says, "I would erase the pain I caused, but I wouldn't erase the lesson." Because prison didn't build her business, her decision to change did. Today, she hires people who deserve a second chance. She mentors women leaving prison, and every bottle of hot sauce carries a reminder that redemption can be built 1 choice at a time. The same hands that once made choices she regrets now build something that brings families together around dinner tables. Not every comeback starts with a lucky break. Sometimes it starts with a prison bunk, a handwritten notebook, a sister who never stopped believing, and 1 decision to never go back.